Hey, it's Ryan from First Edition Shrubs and Trees. 3 days ago, this looked like this. Want to see how we did it? Let's get dirty. We have gotten a lot accomplished over the last 3 days. We took an empty landscape and transformed it into a beautifully designed garden. Let's recap how all the designers' projects came together. We gave each creator their own section of the landscape and challenged them to transform it using their own gardening style, creative perspective, and design approach, while still working together to create one cohesive and functional final landscape. We've seen all the designers plan and install their gardens, and now we're wrapping it all up. But before we see the final landscape, let's hear from the designers about their experience.
We were working on completely opposite sides of the house. So I just got a look at your garden project and you can see mine here. I am so amazed in the way that you planned out and used the shrubs. It's like a matrix planting of all these different shrubs. I don't even know how you thought of the combination. And they all seem to be about the same height.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried to use lower plants because I wanted to preserve that view to the retention pond. And they don't get neither tall or too wide.
Yeah.
So I think it will be just that beautiful tapestry that you mentioned.
Yes.
And I love your space because it is so funny. It's kind of polar opposite to what I had to work with.
It really
Mine is super wild and
Yeah.
like there are like weeds and rushes that grow next to it. And yours is more formal right next to the cabin. But what's interesting, you used some of the plants that I used.
Did
so
we?
I know,
We
so they're
twinned?
Caryopteris. that
Okay,
you used.
yes.
Yeah, I used as well because I think it's a great plant. They're kind of short, but also the texture can work either in like the wilder garden or
those
more formal.
Blue blooms.
Yes.
So pretty.
I love it. Also the roses that you used, I used roses
saw.
as well. I love the
I saw.
mischief.
Yes, it's so cute.
Yes.
And I love how that you mixed in the roses. Segue in across the pond.
It's perfect,
Yes.
What I loved about yours is that you included some vertical elements to kind of break up the porch here. Was that your intention?
That's what I was trying to do because otherwise everything's felt very one level. So I was trying to do a lower level of those 3 feet shrubs and then there's 5 feet shrubs and then it's like, what else can we do to make the eye move throughout the garden?
That is so perfect. I mean, you nailed it. I love it.
I love your giant vitex tree. It's a vitex, right?
Yes,
I've never seen.
Yes. Flip side, it has purple foliage and then it has the blue flowers in the summer.
I don't think I've ever seen a vitex with purple foliage.
It's
That's
really cool.
amazing. I think it's just so fun how we were on opposite sides of the property. We didn't see each other at all, but we still have a couple of similar elements and similar plants that we used to cross each other.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah. So that what's the?
At the glass though.
The harsh, full sun condition of Yulia's pondside garden meant she needed to be sure that her plantings could handle at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. Knowing exactly what your space requires before planting is essential in making your design plan. Getting familiar with your gardening zone, the sun requirements, and the mature size of a plant can all contribute to the long-term success of the garden. With all this in mind, Yulia still stayed true to her naturalistic design style. Michelle also stayed true to her personal style, planting her favorite flowers, roses, and hydrangeas. Before she chose her plants, Michelle knew that she wanted to extend the bed of her garden. Don't be afraid to change the shape or layout of the garden bed to better fit your needs. A space can be completely transformed with a simple bed extension. More space in the garden means more room to plant. Now let's hear from Chai-Ming and Robbie.
So, how do we feel?
Good. I checked out your garden. You checked out my garden.
Yes. You're the opposite side of the house from me because I'm the south side, so you're the north facing. You had shade and sun and everything in between.
And I had to pivot halfway through, which was kind of crazy.
Yes.
I realized all of a sudden the whole section that I thought was a lot of shade at the very end of the day was
It moved on you.
not shade. which was surprising, but it came in
Like
on the
straight
side.
shot.
Yeah,
That's rough.
it was rough. It was a learning experience.
Hey, but at least we were here for more than like a certain short time, so you were able to see it.
Yeah.
I think you are the only creator who used one of every type of plant that we had an option, except for spirea, right? Or did you put that in?
I've got spirea in there. I tried
Oh,
to.
I missed it.
I tried. I mean, there's so much space in there that I had to use so much. And your garden also had
Oh.
its obstacles, but it turned out really good. I love the 3 pots.
My triplets.
Your triplets.
I like to name things. Allie the AC, Sally the septic, who was not in the place that they thought she
know.
was in. She moved on me. And then my triplets.
You did a good job pivoting.
Thank you.
Chai-Ming tackled more than a few obstacles in her space, but she handled it beautifully, working around any challenges with creative solutions like her trio of pots over the septic system. Using decorative pots in the garden can be a fun way to add height, interest, and texture. When planting around physical structures, such as an AC unit, be sure to research the guidelines in your area. It's important to know the mature size of a shrub and how the root system grows when planting near utilities. This will help you select shrubs that will work in your space for years to come. Chai-Ming's color palette acted as a strong guide, helping her choose the right combination of plants to make her space shine. Using shrubs like French Cabaret Purple Hibiscus, Purple Magic Crepe Myrtle, and Easy Elegance Little Mischief Rose, Chai-Ming was able to add unique color and interest in her garden. On the opposite side of the cabin, Robbie had to use quite a few shrubs to fill out his garden. If you have a large space like Robbie's, using groups of 3, 5, or more shrubs in odd numbers instead of just one will really help fill it out. He planted groupings of Little Hottie Panicle Hydrangea, Cinnamon Girl Distilium, Pumpkin Hypericum, Candy Coralberry, and Galaxy Snowberry to do just that. It might be a little bit of an investment at the beginning, but planting in multiples is an easy way to immediately make your garden look more cohesive and established. Robbie was surprised by a shift of afternoon sun exposure in the garden. So when tackling a new space, make sure to observe for an entire day so that you know the exact sun requirements for your plants. Let's go talk to Jay and Brian.
So Jay, your
Yes.
garden is right across from mine. What do you think?
Listen, you always have a special talent of pulling it all together.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's been so fun being your like garden neighbor in this experience. We live close to each other,
We
and I
do.
feel like we are like garden soulmates.
Yes. Yes.
So I feel like our gardens are also like soulmates in this space. I feel like they speak to each other really well. They have some similar plants in them,
Right.
but you have this gorgeous space right there in the middle of the driveway where it's just this like peaceful place that I feel like everybody wants to be.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, when I was putting the garden together,
Yeah.
I kept looking at yours and just considering, I want to make sure that as people move through my garden and they move into yours,
Yeah.
that they see the connection,
Yeah.
and see the similarities and also the differences,
Yep.
but know that our gardens are speaking to each other.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like there were elements in my garden that when I would get to certain angles or sort of be stepping back to look at it,
Yeah.
I would look over at your space and it would bring me this peace and this sort of solace. And I think that that's what I like most about your garden
Mhm.
is that it feels like this beautiful, like lush, full space that sort of like creates this idea of community and
Yeah.
like pulls our two gardens together.
Right,
So
right.
I really love it.
Thank you. And,
Yeah.
and I also think that, by pulling those two gardens together,
Yeah.
like my garden space the front can get a little wild with the grasses.
Yep.
But your garden kind of ties it together and calms things down.
Yes.
Brings a little formality, with your the large plantings that you have
Yep.
and anchoring the corners of your garden bed. You did such an excellent job.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You too,
Yeah,
friend.
thank you so much.
Jay's space served as the centerpiece to the landscape thanks to its location and the thoughtful benches that she added to her design. Adding elements of structure to your garden, like Jay's benches, can give them the personal touch that they need to feel complete. She worked around the established tree using plants that have shallow root systems and could handle the roots of the large tree. You might not be thinking about a plant's root systems when you pick it out at the garden center, but knowing everything about how a plant will settle in and establish is really important to the longevity of your garden. Jay also thought about how to use color in her space to create cohesion. She used chartreuse shrubs like banana peel small anise tree and little spark spirea to anchor each quadrant in her garden, adding cohesion throughout the large landscape. Brian also worked with the existing structures in his area and used layering to include all the height and texture he wanted in his foundation planting. He broke up the formality with touches like summer cascade wisteria to help balance and soften the structure of his larger shrubs and the porch. Brian also included little pockets of interest, using love and peace rose and crimson fire fringe flower on the far corners of his design for pops of color. Layering is a great way to ensure each of your plants will be seen and flow together to create a beautiful, full design. When building layers, make sure to look for plants of varying heights, texture, and seasonality. This will create a thoughtful design that shines for the entire gardening season. This garden reflects each designer's personal style and the culmination of how they work together. The challenges the designers faced are common problems faced by almost every gardener at some point or another. From planting a full sun garden, expanding garden beds, and covering utilities, to designing a large landscape, planting a foundation bed, and planting around a tree. We hope these tips are helpful as you get to work in your own garden. We had so much fun on this project, and we hope you enjoyed tagging along with us. Thank you so much to the designers and the team for making all of this happen. Follow along on social for more design ideas, tips, and inspiration, and head to your local garden center and look for that purple First Editions pot. And now, it's your turn to get dirty. See you later.
So
We're
weird.
talking to each other.
People watch them.
I mean, we can't talk.
And just
Make sure to, nope, that was weird. Make sure to follow along for more, no, I forgot to say thank you. Okay. And now head to your garden. Why do I keep saying now?